I built this modular crosscut sled a couple of weeks ago, and honestly, it's been amazing. However, I keep wanting it to do more and more things. So today, I'm going to be building a miter sled attachment for it. Let's build it. Now, technically, you can cut miters on your table saw with a miter gauge like this one right here. But the point of a miter sled really isn't making perfect individual 45-degree cuts. What matters is making cuts that come together into a perfect 90-degree. Also, a miter gauge doesn't really support the cuts as well, so you can get tear out. And since this new attachment is just going to bolt directly to my modular crosscut sled, I can switch back and forth really quickly. I built my modular crosscut sled in another video, so if you haven't seen that yet, I'll put a link up here and down in the video description. I also put a link for plans to my modular crosscut sled as well as the miter attachment down in the video description. There's a couple of pieces of my plans that need to be laminated together to make thicker pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those pieces now and laminate them together so the glue has time to dry before I'm ready to use them. This entire sled is made out of 3/4 inch plywood. I just happen to have some scrap plywood laying around, so I'm going to use that. The first thing I need to do is head over to my table saw and rip the pieces to width. When you're trying to cut thin strips from a large piece of plywood like this, I'd recommend cutting it to a smaller, more manageable size. That just makes it a little bit safer to work with. And now that I'm done cutting all those, I can take them over to my workbench to make a bunch of plywood Oreo cookies. I like to use plywood laminated together like this for fences because you end up with a very strong, dimensionally stable fence. It's pretty much the only way that I ever do this. And when you're doing a glue up like this, you don't need to go crazy with the glue. What you're going for is a nice, thin, even coat of glue. You can always add more. Glue ups like this really don't need that much time to dry before you can actually start cutting them into their final size. If I glue them ahead of time like this, usually by the time I'm ready for them, they're ready to be cut. I intentionally cut these all slightly oversized. That gives me a chance to kind of clean them up later. If you're more curious about glue and what type of glue to use, I have a lot of other videos that talk specifically about wood glue. You can check them out on my channel. All right, all the fence pieces are now clamped up and drying, so I can move on to the base. And it looks like I'll also be ordering more clamps. And now I'm just gonna mark out the base using the dimensions in my plans. Obviously, my square is a little bit small for this, but I really like the UJK square. It's extremely precise. And once you have the small 45-degree line made, you can take a longer straight edge to finish the line. And again, I'm using a UJK straight edge here. Very, very, very straight, very nice. If you're interested in any of these UJK tools, I'll put a link in the video description. Now I'm going to take my jigsaw and rough cut this to about 1/4 inch away from the line just to make it a little bit easier to work with. All right, it's not pretty, but that'll do. Now I need to cut this thing down to its final size and make that 90 as perfect as I possibly can. This length is what actually needs to fit in my modular sled, and it does not fit. So I have two ways I can do this. The first would be using a miter gauge. And if you don't have a miter gauge, you could use a circular saw with a square to get that perfect 45-degree, and then use a straight edge to get a nice straight cut. So I'm going to use my miter gauge, and we'll see how it turns out. And honestly, a circular saw with a straight edge is probably a safer way of doing this. That first cut was the tricky part, but now that we have that edge, all we need to do is put in a crosscut sled and get this perfect 90-degree angle. And like I said before, this 90-degree is the most important part of this entire thing. And I did it on my crosscut sled, so I know it should be perfect 90 degrees. And it looks like we nailed it, so this thing should be super duper accurate. Okay, full disclosure, I just remade this base because I had a dimension on my plans that were wrong. And that is exactly why I build this from my plans. So I had to remake this piece, but you won't have to because I made the mistake for you. So now we can move on and put some holes in here for the T-track knobs. These holes just need to be about 3 inches from the fence and then centered on the T-tracks. So in order to do that, I'm going to line up the tip of the triangle with the blade, and then I'm going to eyeball a mark right in the center of the T-tracks. Now you want these to be close, but they don't need to be absolutely perfect. Then I'm going to take a square from the back of the triangle and mark a line. And then I'll measure from the back 3 inches out and make another mark. Now we can take this over to our workbench and drill some holes. The holes need to be just slightly larger than the threads for our clamps. I'd recommend starting with a smaller bit and then working your way up. Perfect. Let's see how we did. It looks like we did pretty good. And the cool part about this sled is you're going to be able to put this thing on and take it off in just like 20 or 30 seconds. So you can switch back and forth pretty much as you need to, and it'll take almost no time at all. And you're not going to have another big old sled hanging on the wall taking up wall space. Actually, I'm going to make these holes just a little bit bigger because I'd like just a little bit more wiggle room, because the alignment of this guy is not going to be purely from these. It's also going to be from the blade and the slot that you cut. So you make the very first cut, you want that cut to be perfectly through the point. And then once you have that, when you go to put this thing on again, you'll raise the blade up, get this thing aligned on the blade, and then tighten these screws down. So I'm going to make these holes a little bit bigger, and then we'll move on to the next step. And now that my base is all done, I can grab all those pieces that I laminated earlier, and I can clean them up, and then I can cut them to their final size. I'm going to do this with a combination of ripping them down on the table saw and the miter saw. I always like to leave just a touch extra on these because with the glue up process and the clamping process, it's nice just to run them through the table saw one more time to get a nice clean edge. And then nothing fancy here. The miter saw just works, so I use that whenever I can. The fence pieces are actually going to be cut a little bit long on purpose, because I'm going to trim them down after they're installed on the base. Honestly, I've already got a lot of ideas for other attachments I'd like to add to this modular sled, but if you've got something you'd like to see added to the sled, let me know in the comments. Okay, now that all these pieces are cut, it's time to install the first fence. It's important that the fence is flush with the bottom of the base and flush at the back. But here we can kind of just let it run long on this end because we're going to trim that on the table saw once it's installed. Obviously, when you're drilling your holes, think about the placement of the screw, because you don't want a screw that ends up in the path of the blade. It's also important to pre-drill and countersink your holes so you don't end up splitting the wood. I'm also adding a little wood glue before the screws. These fences aren't meant to be adjusted later, so we can lock them down. My fence is installed, but as soon as I got it installed, I realized that I had a problem. You cannot raise the blade high enough to cut all the way through this. And I should have thought of that, but I didn't. But again, that's why I make my plans and I build them to plan. So what I'm going to do next is take this off. I'm going to cut this down to a height that actually works, and then I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, I'm back and I have reduced the height of this fence to something I can actually cut through with my blade. It's reattached to the base. Now I'm going to attach the base to my modular crosscut sled and make my first cut. That turned out beautiful. It's exactly the right height now. Now I need to take this thing off the modular sled and repeat with the second fence. So obviously I can't run this one long like I did with the first fence because now there's a fence there. So I'm going to go ahead and butt this up against the first fence on this end. And then I'm going to mark this end and then go over to my miter saw and cut it to the right size. So now I'm going to do just like I did with the first fence. I'm going to align this edge with the back and make the bottom flush with the bottom of the base. And then I'm going to pre-drill some holes, use a little bit of wood glue and some screws, and then trim this thing off. Perfect. Nice and flush on the back. Nice and flush on the bottom. No screws poking through. I think I'm actually going to install my blade guard before I make this final cut. The blade guard doesn't need to be perfect. I'm going to make sure that it's square with the back, and then I'm just going to install it with some CA glue. It doesn't really need to be that structural. It's mostly just there to make sure that you know that your fingers shouldn't be in that area. That turned out pretty nice. Some of you may have wondered what I was just doing there. I was using the CA glue and then the accelerator. The accelerator is nice when you want to make a really quick bond. And CA glue is surprisingly strong, especially for things like this, where you're just making jigs and fixtures, things like that. It's something that's not super structural, but I mean, I just did this like 2 minutes ago. Look at how strong it is already. I also did a glue test on another video on my channel, and I tested CA glue as one of the glues, and it actually was quite strong by itself. So anyway, that's that. Let's take this thing back over to the modular crosscut sled, bolt this thing on, and make the final cut. I am all done with this thing. So the only thing left to do is to test it out. This thing is mostly going to be good for making little boxes or picture frames, and what better than a plywood picture frame? So I'm going to take a piece of my scrap here and cut it and see how it turns out. Hopefully I end up with a perfect miter and a 90-degree angle. All right, the moment of truth. And this is really the whole point here. These cuts are matching each other perfectly. So when they come together, you get a really clean 90-degree angle. That's why miter sleds work so well. And then when I'm done, this thing comes right back off again, and I got a normal crosscut sled. If you want to build one of these, I have plans for this attachment and the full modular crosscut sled on my website, and there's links down below in the video description. And I've definitely got more attachments planned for this system. So thanks so much for watching my video. I hope it was helpful. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe and leave me a comment and let me know if you're going to be building this miter sled. See ya.